Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing some online racing because custom races are back, and that is great. I can finally choose what class I want to drive, on which surface I want to drive, because if there's one thing I absolutely hate when racing other people is randomness. I like to come prepared with the car I want, know what to expect, and so on and so forth. So custom racing being back is absolutely best news for me. And because this is the first video I think I make on Horizon Open, I decided to tell a story of my very first steps. So this is not my first race. The first couple of races, the footage you'll never see because it's a total embarrassment, and I'll tell you why now. So as soon as custom races came online, I obviously jumped into it, and my choice was immediately B-class road racing because that's pretty much what I feel the most comfortable with. B-class provides the combination of speed and handling that allows me to control my car reasonably well. I can't say perfectly, but reasonably well. And D and C class, they're not too slow, but I'm actually not sure that enough people are racing in those classes, but I will try. Eventually I plan to try all classes, maybe except for S2, that is so far way too fast for me, but I'm gonna try. Okay, sorry, I made a terrible mistake in this corner, which is probably gonna cost me a place or two. Okay, nonetheless, so Horizon Custom Racing. I jumped into the race. I picked up, I think there was Skyline GTR, one of those R32, I think, which I used before for one of the trials. So it had a reasonably nice tune, and it did really well against driver tasks. So I thought I'm gonna do all right. And actually, the first set of races went kind of fine. Well, the lobby was rather small. There was like 5 people, and I finished one race in third, 2 races in second, and the gap wasn't too huge. So I thought, oh yeah, it seems to work. No, it didn't. Immediately the next race that I tried, I was so far behind. I still finished third and fourth, I think, something like that, but the gap to a leader was in excess of 10 seconds. And I mean, I can't claim I drive without mistakes. Sorry, I didn't mean to be pushing that guy, but that was the only way to make a checkpoint, and we were too slow to break even further. So my apologies, mate, if you feel like I pushed you out, but you could leave some space. You could see that I'm a bit faster. Anyways, so the gap was way too high, so I chose a different car. I chose a different tune, which I felt is faster. I actually tried it out in Rivals versus that same Skyline, and I was more than 6 seconds faster on the same track, which made me feel alright. So the first race in the meantime is finished with the second place. That's kind of alright. So and I took it online, and yeah, it was nice. I won the first race immediately. I was second in the second race, and I made a huge mistake in the third race. So I'm like, it's working now. I couldn't be further away from truth. So the next race, the lobby I had was full of big names. I had Grandma driving there, I had Sainu there, I had a bunch of other people who I happen to know either by their YouTube channels or by their tunes, or otherwise just because I hang around Forza for some time. So I thought, oh, that's exciting. I get to race really fast people. Yeah, so I finished the first race in 10th. The second was dead last, 12th. And the only reason I finished the third race in 10th is because 2 people quit, right? I was so off the pace. I think the comparison was my best lap on Emerald Circuit was like a minute 1 second, and these guys were in 55 seconds, 57 seconds range. No, 55, yeah. So obviously that wasn't optimal, so I decided I need to do some homework. I stopped racing online for some time. I went into Rivals and kept switching the cars and tunes until I was reasonably satisfied with the result. And by the way, Fimeka, I'm sorry if you felt I'm pushing you. I'm really sorry, but just leave some space, and I'll be I always try to be as clean as I can, but like, have some respect for other people on the road. Anyways, so this culminated in this Civic with the tune by EM Dave, or is it EW Dave? Whichever. When you see this video in the beginning of each race, the tune information will pop up on the screen, so there'll be full details of the car that I'm using. And now I feel like I'm reasonably happy with my own and the car's performance. Obviously the driver remains the same, but at least I don't feel disadvantaged just because of the tune. And you can see right now on the screen I happen to be in first place. I don't think my opponents are particularly of the same class that ripped me apart back then, but at least I feel if I happen to stumble on that lobby again, I wouldn't be performing so badly as I did. Nonetheless, so I think today this is the third online championship I'm doing. I won the previous two. I fully intend to keep at it and win this one. I was second in the first race. Unless I manage to screw it up absolutely terribly, I'm gonna win this one, and there'll be one more race to go, which, yeah, I will try my best. But the point here is, obviously what works against driver tars in your seasonal championships and trials does not necessarily work online. More often than not, it doesn't. The reason is there's different requirements and different way people drive and AI drives, and it can't be more evident than trying to use your driver tar tune online. You may have noticed both in the first race and in this one, I'm starting really slow. The launch and acceleration on this car is not great. It's very, very far from high. However, when you drive against driver tars, those two parameters are extremely important, because the speed at which the driver tars... Oh, hold on, what is he doing? Is he trying to ram me? What the hell? What? But okay, well, that obviously didn't work. So it looks like someone was quite upset with me winning this race. Anyways, back to our driver tars. So with driver tars, you want your launch and acceleration as high as possible to set early lead, and that defines how the race goes on. In online, it's marathon, it's not a sprint. You don't have to set the pace in the first 20% of the race to guarantee the win. Quite opposite, the people you drive against might be faster on the distance, which is why the selection of tunes that work against driver tars don't work online. So this is the end of the second race. We will transition to the third race momentarily, and we'll talk a little bit about this car and tune as well. Alright, so this is Riviera Sprint. Let's see how we do. I'm not an expert on this track. Like the previous circuit, the Horizon Mexico, obviously I've driven a lot of miles on it for a number of reasons. It's been on the monthly rivals, it's good drive on general rivals. Riviera Sprint I don't know that well, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Nonetheless, let's talk about Civic I'm driving. This is an absolute beast of the car. The only thing that is not great about it is the launch and acceleration, as I mentioned, because yeah, you can see now I'm being overtaken off the start very quickly by multiple cars. This another Honda, this guy here. So yeah, however, what this car excels in is getting through the corners at extremely high speed. You can see right there as I'm catching up, and I think it was very clearly seen in both first and second races. So the grip and handling on this car are absolutely tremendous. Where everybody else has to brake hard, I barely lift off, just a little bit, or slightly brake. But quite often there's corners that I'm just going flat out, absolutely flat out, and everybody else has to brake, which gives an immense advantage despite lower values of launch acceleration. And that is great. I absolutely love this tune and car combination. I think I put however, braking is important. Wow, I think I just lost this race. I think this is a terminal error, an absolute disaster. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Sorry about myself, really. It is quite upsetting. Okay, we are halfway through the race, so I'm gonna try to catch up, and there's still a few. I should be able to pass a few cars, but I'm not sure I can recover for the win on this. Let's try. Anyways, so yeah, braking is super important, but otherwise, look at the advantage in cornering speed that I have. Obviously, come on, don't push me. Okay. The line became not ideal because I had to try to squeeze within the checkpoint, but now I'm in third. What is it? Sorry, man. Okay, I punched this guy in the back. Go. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah. Right. Sorry. I'm trying to also concentrate on driving a little bit here. It's the last race. I think I was in the lead for the championship, but I actually didn't pay attention to the points. Nonetheless, what I was trying to say is this car and tune for B class is I absolutely in love with it. I think I will do quite a few more races in it before I try anything else. I'm just, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, this is so dirty. Yeah, I'm okay with the third, but that was, yeah. The racing so far, actually, I have to say, I didn't see anything truly bad so far. I think in the previous race that the guy who stopped and allowed me to lap him, I think he tried to ram me intentionally, but that didn't work, so I didn't pay much attention. But overall, it's reasonably clean. I don't see anybody doing really bad stuff, and I don't see anybody trying to wall ride or dive bomb completely. But these just now, I mean, well, okay, I still won the championship though, so that's fine. Even that didn't work, and now everybody's gonna see how much of an ass that person is. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of this racing. Thank you for watching, and I'll be doing some more of these custom races sometime soon, so I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.